Well, I'm largely here to thwart the messianic plots of the editor of the newspaper. And here he is. Sorry, can you hold for a sec?
Sure.
Who's that?
Oh, it's a student at my old school, doing a profile on me.
Oh, arse-slap grammar. Great. What do the future oppressors of our nation want to know then? Whatever he's saying, he's telling you lies, kid. He really spends his working life having endless rounds of golf with any shiny-headed Audi driving spiv who can throw 50 cents into the tin. Right, sunshine?
I'm the guy who brings in the advertising so that Woodward here can keep writing front-page stories.
Woodward? I thought your name was...
I fucking hate you, and I don't even know your name. Please hold.
Okay, now before we get started, I have a small request.
No, you don't.
You don't even know what it is.
I can guess, though. You want me to go somewhere I don't want to and be nice to someone. Not gonna happen. Now, I'd like to tell you about a sweet old lady called Rose. Rose is 80. A grandmother of 7, including a lovely little boy named Jaden. She also assures me that she has all of her faculties intact. I learnt this at 2 a.m. last night after she rang me up to ritualistically abuse me about having the word puzzle spell out B-U-T-T-S-E-X. Thankfully, after half an hour of talking her down, she agreed not to take it further.
We'll still have to print an apology.
Well, not if no one else notices we won't. And I have no desire to report this particular incident back to headquarters, particularly after last week. I've heard about their corporate re-education retreats. But I shall also be starting my own inquisition into who put this in the paper in the first place.
Coincidence?
It reads butt sex.
Could have been the printers. They're always messing around with the pages before they put them on the press.
I did make inquiries of the printers, yes.
And?
After showing me various parts of their anatomy, they forcibly removed me from the printing plant.
Are you okay?
Nothing 2 fingers of single malt and a smoke wouldn't fix, particularly down the pub at night since I've got nothing better to do.
Now, to be honest, this butt sex thing does not look great. 2 apologies in 2 weeks. A lot of heat is going to come flooding down from upstairs about this.
Not if no one says anything.
So it's not the printers, how about your staff?
Look, bottom line is not one of them would have done this. Every one of them knows that a newspaper is a life support system for decent journalism, and they're not going to fuck that up.
Excuse me? Listen, old sport, as I've tried to explain, newspaper journalism exists precisely so we have something pretty to put around the ads. You know what your audience really is to me? Something I can sell to a client in exchange for ad revenue, which I then, and I don't know why, give to you so that you can be a journalist.
Thanks for the economics lesson, but I choose no longer to think about it. Instead, I will use up my last drops of serotonin finding out who did this.
Oh, for fuck's sake, have you not thought it could be an error by the person who made the puzzle in the first place?
You obviously have no idea what granny flat living shut-ins it takes to write these word puzzles. These guys don't make mistakes. They know losing the pittance you pay them is not going to keep them in sardines and disinfectant for long. It must be someone here, and I'm going to find the rat bastard.
Right, well, I'm going to stop you there before your paranoia really kicks in. I need a favour. I need you to speak at a business dinner at the golf club.
As I told you before you even asked, no.
Why not? You said you had tonight free.
Well, mate, look, I don't know what you and your Aryan vampire buddies get up to at that club when the sun goes down, but I choose not to be a part of it.
Okay, if you finish defaming just about every business leader in the district, I'd still like you to come.
Why?
Oh geez, because you're the editor of a community newspaper, but yet you really have no sense of community if you're not yelling about how corrupt and deficient it is.
As I told you just now, I met this newspaper's community. His name was Tomo the Apprentice Printer. He had his pants around his knees, and he was bodily throwing me out of my own printing press.
It's the company's printing plant. And listen, mate, your inability to see this Tomo guy as part of your audience is your downfall.
No, my downfall happened about 3 seconds later as my head made a substantial dent in the dumpster.
Well, not only is it the company's printing plant, but it's the company's newspaper too. And I'm sure they wouldn't be keen knowing the editor of one of their publications unwittingly let the word butt sex into a word puzzle, particularly after the whole camel thing.
Oh, you wouldn't.
I would, and I will, unless you come with me.
Well, I'll have to find a tie that doesn't have cat piss on it.
Meet you out the front in 10.
I'll be bringing a hip flask, though.
Wouldn't expect any less. Sorry about that. Important meeting. Did you have any more questions you wanted to ask?
Just one. What skills do you need to become a newspaper publisher?
Oh, that's really easy. You basically just need to be good with word puzzles and also, importantly, be friends with the guys that print the newspaper.